Jazakallah khair. Time right now is 6 o'clock. The halqa will end at 6:30 tonight. It's going to be half an hour halqa itself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of Shawwal, 1446, 23rd of April, 2025. With the permission of all, I have the honor and privilege to introduce today's halqa number 1857, mashallah. Our honor speaker tonight is going to be Imam Muhammad Shibli. If he comes, he will be doing the double duty tonight. He will take the session and also do the tafsir. And he's appearing for 226 times, mashallah, on the every week that he gets the session. And also when he comes down in the daily portion of that number is 1,370 times, mashallah. So I think Jazakallah khair, everybody, mashallah. I think, we still do not have an imam. Looks like we can get it started. The halqa will go on without imam too. It looks like. And with the absence of imam itself, we recite the Surah Fatiha itself. So I'll recite the Surah Fatiha itself and we can get started. In the meantime, we can see anybody shows up. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. جزاك الله خير. So I think still there is no sign of our imams. So if somebody can help me and get this halqa moving forward itself. But I want to make one surah that I really like, mashallah. I think, and I think everybody likes that surah itself. That surah is Surah Ar-Rahman itself, which I think it have been recited in this halqa many times, mashallah. And this is one of the surah that I have memorized it and very privileged to again recite it again. So meantime, if somebody shows up, any imam, so he can carry on the thing where I leave. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ar-Rahmanu allama al-Qur'an. Khalaqa al-insana allamahu bayan. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bihusbani wan-najmu wash-shajara yasjudan. Was-samaa rafaha wa wada'a al-mizana alla tadghaw fil-mizan. وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تكسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للناس فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المشعة في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأل من في السماوات وما في الأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان سنفرغ لكم أيها الثقلان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أنفذوا أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذوا إلا بسلطان فبأي يرسل عليكم شواظ من نار ونحاسا فلا تنتصران فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وإذ انشقت السماء وكانت بردة كالدهان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ويومئذ لا يسألكم عن ذنبه إنس ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يعرف المجرمون بسيماهم ويؤخذ بالنواصي والأقدام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هذه جهنم التي يكذب بها المجرمون يطوفون بينها وبين حميم آن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ولمن خاف مقام ربه جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ذواتا أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان تجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثن إنس قبل ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهم ياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان الجزاء الإحسان إلا الإحسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ومن دونهما جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مدهامتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان نضاختان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما فاكهة والنخل ذات والرمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن خيرات حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان حور مقصورات في الخيام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان لم يطمثن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على رفرف خضر وعبقري حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان تبارك اسم ربك ذي الجلال والإكرام فبأي that's the last one mashallah. I think you should follow فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله صدق الرسول الكريم mashallah. I think that's a done deal now. I have completed this surah itself and I'm still waiting for anybody.
MashaAllah.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair.
Brother Abdul Majid, if we don't have a speaker, I wanted to ask permission if I could share a story.
Yes, sure.
It's not my story, but it's Imam Muhammad's story.
Sure, no problem. You go ahead. Please, Fadl.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Jazakallah khair. The beginning of the story, Imam Muhammad was at the mosque and he met one of the people that are there. He knows him very well. He's around his age and a little bit, more taller than him and more heavier than him. He loves to be with the community and he's very religious. And one day he walked in and he seemed very upset. Imam Muhammad noticed that he was like, his eyes were, he seemed very angry. So Imam Muhammad asked him, what's wrong? What's wrong? And he said, I divorced my wife. He said, what? How can, what happened? I know you love her and she loves you and you have a wonderful relationship. So tell me what happened. He said, really, I do love my wife, but the reason why I decided to divorce my wife is because my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, she's mean to me and she treats me terribly and doesn't respect me. And although my wife doesn't agree with her, she, when I asked her to choose between her or me, she chose her. And that's why I'm divorcing her. So Imam Muhammad, never joined anybody that wants to do divorce, whether it's a man or a woman or anything like that. He likes to try his best to make peace among them and be reunited. Well, so he told him, I don't know what the surah, which surah is. I don't recall the surah. But he told him it was about the creation of human being when he is from a small cell and so on and so forth. So he asked the man to please read the surah. And the gentleman doesn't know Arabic, so he gave him the mushaf in an English translation with Arabic. So he told him to read the ayat, and he looked at him and he said, I don't, and then he began to smile. He said to him, I understand now. The story was that this human beings will make mistakes because when they come to a certain age, they don't know any better that they're hurting somebody's feelings or they're doing anything. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yani, he knows what is in them, that they don't mean it. So he doesn't take it to judging them. So the gentleman realized that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as his mother-in-law is up in age, and she will say things that when she's young and she knows better, she wouldn't do. So then the man all of a sudden began to smile and felt relieved. So Imam Muhammad asked him, where's your wife now? He said, oh, it's in the masalla, in the women's masalla. So he said, please bring her. So he went out and brought her in, and she began to smile as much as her husband. And he looked at the Imam and she says, honestly, I didn't do anything wrong. So Imam Muhammad said, you did not do anything wrong. Your husband didn't do anything wrong. But Allah did something for you guys to return together. And right at that moment, the gentleman called his mother-in-law and told her that, I'm sorry, I'm your son. Do whatever you want to do for me, with me. I forgive you. Whatever you do, I'm your son, as if my mother is here. So that was a beautiful story that he shared on Facebook. And he was saying how the difference between us that read something, and although we know the language, we don't have that blind faith that whatever is written, we should follow, regardless of anything. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives a human being when he's old, someday Allah will also give us the privilege of somebody forgiving us to what we do. We don't know what in the future what we're going to do when we get old. So that when he said that, it really touched my heart, and it really taught me a lesson that we really have to read the ayat with our hearts, not with our minds, because with us having faith, there's a lot of things that the mind cannot comprehend, but the heart understands. I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Jazakallah khair. It's a beautiful story, Imam Muhammad, and I think he comes up when he talks like he's a wealth of knowledge himself, and he does that, and especially in the circumstances that in Islam divorce is permissible, of course, but it's discouraged, right?
Yeah.
And the Quran and Hadith emphasize the importance of reconciliation and maintaining the marital relationship itself. Here are some of the key points that we always do. The permissibility itself, And the second one is discouragement too. That's what I think Imam Muhammad did that. And the procedure of how we should do it. He should do like Islamic outlines, a specific procedure. I mean, if he decided, a surah or an ayah of a surah, which actually, Quran is something like when you read Quran, Allah is talking to you, right?
Right. He's talking to
And
your heart.
yeah, and when that particular ayah that he decided, as you alluded to, that Imam Muhammad said that this is the thing that you should do or recite something, that penetrated the heart of that couple itself.
Very
And
true.
It's it's something like I think it's a very beautiful story in a way, that in form of the Islam emphasizes on the reconciliation itself, the mediation itself, and the patience and understanding too. And this it shouldn't be taken lightly. The importance of imam who sit in our mosque itself, and they go through a training, and that's why in these 5 years, what I've learned is that their job is we don't appreciate their job, what they do, either in mosque or right now. Imam Muhammad has a job in prison itself. The way he's doing it, I think he's actually doing a double duty over there. MashaAllah, whatever he's doing.
That's very true.
And he's not only preaching Islam out there, converting a lot of people coming to Islam itself. MashaAllah, I think it's a jihad that he's doing it. So I think it's a beautiful story. MashaAllah, I think But I think I will give the mic to Sister Noor. And Sister Noor, I have told her many times that Sister Noor, you inspired me, because you are coming from a background that you have been, mashallah, I think, and how did you make this transition? Allah put in your heart itself. And one time I did see you too, that you cried when the Quran was being read.
Yeah.
And it's really just shook me up. Although you don't know the Arabic language like me or anybody else. But what that recitation of that particular time when the Holy Quran was read, you start crying. What was the reason that inspired you, or just put in your heart that you start crying? Can you share that moment with us?
I was just listening. For those who know, the Quran often is recited here, and I don't remember what. There was extra Quran, it seemed like, that was being recited, and he got to a point that I was just tearing up and just crying, and I could not stop, and I could not listen, and I was just start to cry and cry, and I knew whatever was being said was touching my heart, and from my heart and Allah to other people, and some people who have passed. But I don't know. I still don't know what part it was, so can't tell you. But it was something deep in my heart. And when I came to Islam, it was 2002, and that's how people said I came, is by way of my heart, because I did not study the Quran. I know someone, she taught the Quran in a comparative religion class and a writing class. And after years of reading it and exploring it and teaching it, she became a Muslim because of all this learning that she had done. And when I came, I had basically none of that. From when I was like junior high school on, I had been doing comparative religions, but I never could learn about Islam. And then I got one or two sentences in one book, and it said, also known as Mohammedanism, it is a monotheistic religion. Like, okay, you give me pages and pages, 10, 20 pages on other religions. You give me these two sentences on Islam. It's not right, you know. So it was very difficult for me to find out about Islam. And then when I was at my church, um, which was actually humanistic, someone came, Iftikhar, uh, what's Iftikhar's last name? Busha is his wife. Anyway, from CARE, he came over, and Iftikhar Hussein. And I couldn't listen to all of it because I was getting dragged out. And he said, you know, the pillars and what we believe, it's like, that's always what I believed. Someone gave me a CD, a researchable CD of the Quran, and I looked up, of course, wars and women's rights. And okay. And just kind of prayed on it. And I knew I needed something to get me closer to Allah. And I liked in it 5 prayers a day. I liked how it was done. It seemed logical to me. It's one of the few religions that said that you could not put down another religion. And I always believed that too. And that's when I said Shahada. And it was through my heart. And that's how, when I started crying, that I've done it other times, but especially that one day because several others started too. And I can't say much because I just know that it's something very close to my heart, and that's how it expressed itself.
Yeah, mashallah, I think, you said it very well. I still remember when, when you started Halqa, you had, you used to talk about it, coming from Quaker, right? Quaker, right? Society itself, Quaker society, and always is shifting into this whole game. And I think you should know that. At least you inspired me. As Abdul Majid was inspired by your story at that time, many, many years ago. Now you are 23 years, in the Islam itself. And you have, I think in our Halqa also, people would have been inspired by you, the way you do the things, and mashallah, and so you incorporate, and you share your story. And thank you for sharing your story, mashallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fadal, sister, if you want to share any story, you're most welcome. Open your mic. Jazakallah khair.
I don't want to share his stories, but I just want to say hello to everyone. And mashallah, mashallah, Sister Noor. The Islam is, mashallah, I wish everybody knows the Islam is just the heart. It's like, I mean, I don't know how to say it, but I wish for everybody to see the Islam in heart, with his heart, just like you, Noor, mashallah, mashallah. You give me, mashallah, mashallah, a lot of good, I don't know how to say it. I'm speechless. I'm speechless with your stories, Noor and Hala. Jazakum Allahu kul khair. I cannot say more than Jazakum Allahu kul khair. I wish for everybody to be like you guys.
Jazakallah khair, mashallah. I think, and also, it's not only, I try to be here, and I think all the audience that were here right now, how we, were curious about every day what we do in this halqa itself. And I was sharing this halqa, things with a friend of mine today. And I told her that, we are doing this for so many time, we have done, and we didn't take off even a single day on that. We came right in time, left in time too. So she was really, she got this, we have like 16 to 1700 recording on the YouTube right now. And we have 1.4 million followers. I hope everybody know about it. And it didn't come by accident. I think, it was, Allah designed it that way. And maybe this contribution in this halqa is very minuscule, very small. But there are so many, people in this halqa who our unspoken hero itself, like, who shows up every night, and especially the sister part of that, and how they interact, and and mashallah, I think, and I thank everybody, and sharing their stories, and so we established today that the halqa can be still continue with or without imams. It's not like we shouldn't tag anybody like that. That's they, of course, they went to Islamic institution, and mashallah, they got very good training in that. All the three Shibli brothers who you come, and I always thank them for from the halqa members, that their participation is so essential itself. And I think this time we took a lead in that. We opened the halqa, and this halqa is still going on. So I think I will give the mic to our friend. Actually, he's my nearly namesake, and he's a friend of he's older brother of my best friend. So if he wants to say anything, add on to the thing that what we are talking about it, so he can open his mic and say something, And he was taking halqa when he was traveling too. He was in Pakistan, and he used to just tune into halqa itself. See the dedication of the participant in this halqa. I think you can ignore that fact. Nobody even mentioned about it. But I feel it, because when I see it, the faces, mashallah. So if I don't want to just, I can only request Brother Abdul Majid if he had anything to add on to tonight's session. Jazakallah khair. You're mute, I think. If you want to say anything, Brother Abdul Majid. Brother. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Actually, this story is very heart-touching story. God bless her, and God give everybody a good sense to understand what Islam is. But I don't know why the people don't think that this world is just a temporary life, and actual life is going to be hereafter. It was explained in the Bible, in other books as well, I don't know. But God, I just pray that everybody get to Islam. That's it.
Ameen.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair. I think, thank you for your comment, Brother Majid. Mashallah, I think, speak volumes of your even participation in this halqa, and inside United States, outside United States too. Mashallah, I think we do appreciate your dedication to the halqa. So I think we should close this halqa by saying that we always say at the end of the halqa, and wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. So see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Tomorrow will be another sister night. Will be sisters. Wada Sayyid will be our guest. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam.